Remember that this is the morning of the third day, and I shall rise again. I am the resurrection. All of prophecy tells you that I shall rise again. It's all about that. Luke chapter 2, verse 34. No doubt about it. Again, I love you forever, bless you forever. I remind you once again, my associates are children of the light. That just brings laughter to my heart, to my soul, to realize that at last I have those of you that love peace. And I only want to be in the presence of those of you that love peace. I love you forever. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom, and welcome to our 36th annual Feast of Unleavened Bread. It is very exhilarating to present to you our keynote speaker, the blessed and only potentate, Yahweh ben Yahweh, teaching moral behavior, the law of Yahweh.
Get ready to lick your feet. Dust from your feet. That's why the question is raised, shall the prey, the so-called blacks of America, be taken from the mighty? That's the next verse. Or shall you, who have been the lawful captives, be delivered? And I'm here to tell you, as Yahweh ben Yahweh, that even you, the so-called blacks of America, who are the captives of the mighty, you shall be taken away. I'm here to take you away from them. I am not asking permission. You that are here, I did not ask permission to take you. I just took you from them. That's what makes Yahweh mighty. And he sent me all by myself. And I've not only raised you up in Miami, but I'm doing the same across the country. This identical work I'm doing across America, right this second as I talk to you. Even the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contends with you. And I will save your children. And anyone who has the nerve to oppress you, I will feed them that oppress you with their own flesh. Just for oppressing you, I will feed them with their own flesh. I say to the world, anyone who dares to oppress you, Israel, my disciples and followers, I will feed them with their own flesh. They shall be drunken with their own blood. Why? So that all flesh can come to know that I am your Savior, your Redeemer. I am the mighty one of Jacob. I am the Word. The Word is talking to you tonight. If you reject me, you reject the Word. The Word is alive in the flesh, talking to you now. I am the mighty one of Jacob. If you reject me, you reject the Word. To reject me is to reject the book you say you believe in. Hallelujah, Yahweh. The world is coming to know who I am. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Matthew 11:28. I'm excited about Yahweh. I stay excited. My soul is always happy. Come unto me, all of you that labor and are heavy laden. I'm the one. It's not someone else coming. It's not someone in the past. I'm the one that will give you rest. Again, I repeat, as I did earlier, take my yoke. Come and sit in my school. That's what take my yoke means. Come and sit in my university and learn of me, my divine mind. My mind is divine. You cannot say my mind is not divine until you study mine. And then study mine. Then you have to study that which is in front of mine, divine. Then you have to come and study and learn of me to make the decision as to whether or not what I say is true. You don't get any credit for just saying, oh, good morning, go to war. I said it is. And I have witnesses that it is. My mind is infinite. I am bipolar opposites. And I am the primordial vibration. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. Notice the word learn. In order to learn, you have to have something to study. In other words, I'm not inviting you on an emotional trip. This is an intellectual encounter. You have to be an intellectual to even approach me. Those who love ignorance could not possibly begin to appreciate me. It requires intelligence to approach me. Just approach from a great distance. Learn. Drop the L. So you have to earn your spot. You have to earn this. This is not it's something you just come to through osmosis. It requires earning. You have to sacrifice, sit down and get some research material. Before you can talk about this name, Yahweh, in English, YHWH, you got to go to your dictionary, encyclopedias, and Bible interpreters' dictionaries and seek out all the reference books concerning this name before you can say anything about it one way or the other. And you have to be searching for the truth to do research. And I don't want you to follow me unless you do research so that you can come to know what you're doing. I don't want ignorant followers. That's why I come for a small select group on the planet. I know how many I'm going to get. Then I'll get the rest. I'm looking for 144,000 intellectuals. You may not come to me an intellectual, but when you receive me, I'll cause you to become an intellectual. Oh, yes, I will. I'm challenging you now. Come unto me. Who is me? You never studied me, then you can't come to me. You don't understand what I'm saying when I say, come unto me. When you're ignorant and you're in the carnal mind, then you think of me as fleshly. That's all you see. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Don't tell me you think differently. Yes. And you're confused when I say that because you come to me. And you that appreciate what I'm saying, I haven't hurt your feelings. I'm just telling the truth. You haven't studied me. See, in reality, I'm meek. And I'm lowly in mind. Low in mind. Not lowly. You better check that out. But when you qualify to fulfill this prescription here, then you shall find. You shall find. When you have to find something, it's not readily apparent. See, when you have to find something, then you have to go seeking. You have to go on a search. You can't just walk up to me. You have to seek after me. And after you begin to learn of me, it takes a certain kind of mind to be ready to learn of me. Then when you begin to learn of my divine mind, then and only then can you find me. And when you find me, you'll find rest unto your soul. You may think going to school is difficult. I went to school several years and I didn't like school. And here you are inviting me to come to school again? Well, don't worry, I'm letting you know my yoke is easy. It's not hard. It's only hard when you are forced to go to a school you don't like. But if you want to live forever, you'll like my school. And you cannot get from any other school on earth what I offer in my school. My school is unique to the planet Earth. My yoke is easy, and my burden is light. How many would like to live forever? It's promised. Eternity is promised. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 33. Read.
But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord Yahweh ben Yahweh, I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people.
Before I can be your God, before Yahweh can be your God, I first have to put my law in your inward parts. We've never been taught the laws of Yahweh. We were taught the laws of Yahweh do not count. It's in the Old Testament, so they told you that didn't count. In fact, a lot of groups have just cut the Old Testament completely away and give you New Testament only. They call themselves New Testament churches. And you don't read anything except from Matthew to Revelation. So when that happens, you're without law. And look at the country. It's a country full of the lawless, of people less the law. Because America does not pay attention to the laws of the Creator, Yahweh, there's anarchy in the streets, chaos, confusion, hunger, poverty, suffering, misery, disease of all kinds, suffering, pain, misery, famine, plague, all because no law. So before you can know Yahweh to be your God, you must be given the law. And I can't let it stay in a book. I must write the law in your inward parts. means inside your mind. And I have to not just put it there, but I have to write it there. Write it in your mind. And after I do that, then I will be your God. And then you won't have to run around teaching your neighbors anymore. Or teach your brother, no Yahweh. No Yahweh is God. No Yahweh been Yahweh. For you shall all know me. From the least of my people until the greatest lawyers, politicians, doctors. They'll all come to know. And I will forgive their iniquities, and I will remember your sins no more. What is sin? Transgressing the law, breaking the laws of Yahweh. I'll forget all about that you broke Yahweh's laws. Just return and keep them. 2 Timothy 2:15. You cannot appreciate what I'm saying until you fulfill 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Read.
Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
You must study. Ecclesiastes 12:13. I'm here to teach you your duty, your whole duty. Read.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Wait a minute. We're talking about something. In verse 12, you find out that there's the making of many books. The making of many books have no end. And much study is a weariness to the flesh. So let me make it short for you. Let's just come to the conclusion of all of this. Read verse 12 again.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Fear Yahweh, keep his commandments. That's the whole duty. Fear the Creator, Yahweh, and keep his laws. That is the whole duty of man. Now, if we keep those laws, let's see what will happen. Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. Let's see what happens if we do that. Has to be some kind of reward if we keep his law. Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. Read.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
Some are wondering, how do we buy 5 hotels in just Miami? How do we have apartments and villas and businesses and over 14 buildings, a fleet of buses, fleet of tractors and trailers and grocery stores across the country? Just opening up businesses all across America. Everything we touch is successful and prosperous. How the Yahweh's doing it? Well, I'm showing you. I don't have anything to worry about showing you. I'm showing you. I have nothing to fear by showing you. You know how rich men, you go, how do you get rich? And they give you riddles. Right? How did you do this? They don't want competition, so they carry you all around the bushes. They just won't share. If you can get an appointment with him, the first job is to be able to get into his office just to talk to him. And then to think he's going to come out, a rich man is going to come out and teach you, period, and then show you how he gets rich. Man, no. They charge you $80,000 to go to college 4 years and come out with 1 degree, and then you have to go and learn how to do a job after you get hired. Oh, you don't come out of college ready for a job. Sometimes you have to hire somebody to write your resume. They didn't teach you how to write a resume. In order for me to be your God, then I have to show you how to be successful and prosperous. And I gave you the formula. You must have first what? The law, and then have it written in your inward parts. Then you'll come to know your God. So before you can even do this, I say, come unto me. Are you tired of suffering? Are you tired of laboring and getting nowhere? Are you tired of just working, and no matter how hard you work, you barely make ends meet? If you are tired, come unto me. Sit in my school, and I'll teach you the law. Then if you like it and take hold to it, then you will meditate in this book as I show it to you. You may have read the book all your life, but you can't do anything with it until I come into your life with the book. You can read it all you want without me, and it won't help you. You won't be prosperous and you won't be successful. Oh, I know some people that are prosperous. Well, you just read their autobiography. They will tell you too that they owe their success to this same book. Well, they got rich and they're not following you. Yes, but read them in. This same book tells you how long they're going to stay rich. See, some, they got rich without me, all right, but they went to Merrill Lynch and shot their broker and the other one and then blew their own brains out, because they lost $15 million in one day. Another man lost $1 billion in one day. And for some reason they called it Black Monday. And I'm trying to figure out why they didn't call it White Monday. I mean, all the white folks lost their money. I mean, we didn't take their money. Wall Street is white. White folks took their money, but they called it Black Monday. You didn't get no money.